Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am Tiffany Allen and I am here to help aspiring women coaches transition from the 9 to 5 to a full-time coaching business, and I deal with mindset and marketing. And in this video, I want to talk to you and explain to you how to reprogram your subconscious mind. So, I want to start off by explaining a little bit about what it is and how it works and how it affects our daily lives. So, your conscious mind is, sorry, my eyes are watering. Your conscious mind is the creative part of you. It's the creative part of your mind. It's the part of you that controls your dreams and your desires and what you want and how to get there. And your subconscious mind is programmed. It's a programmed mind. It's a habit mind. It controls everything. And our life has been programmed. Whether you believe that or not, our life has been programmed. And so these programs control our vitality, our happiness, our success, our behavior in the world, the things we like, what we do in our lives, everything, almost everything. So when you buy a computer, it has a built-in system. It has an operating system that the way it runs. And so if there aren't any programs installed to that program, it's not going to have anything. It's not going to work. It's not going to be able to do anything at all. And so our mind works the same way. Our mind works the same way. So as a child, our brain develops from age 0 and 7. It has an operating system. It's already installed inside of us. There's no programs, no nothing. And so nature creates our life based on the first 7 years. The first 7 years. So we're downloading all this information from society, from our parents, from our community, from our friends, from our siblings, from experiences. We're just observing. We're taking it all in and we're downloading these programs. So what happens when we download these programs from our family or siblings or parents or society or whatever we take it from and observe from, sometimes these aren't positive. Sometimes these programs aren't positive. They're negative. They're self-sabotaging. They're a bad influence, whatever it may be. So in the first 7 years, our brain is designed to download all this information just by observing others. So during the 7 years, we're in a state of hypnosis. We're in a state of a trance, of this theta state, the state right before sleep. And so it's the lowest level of consciousness. So we're conscious, but we're not really there. So as a child, we're not aware of what the world is about. We don't have a clue. So we're taking everything in like a sponge, and we're downloading all these things, and we're learning everything, and we're taking in all these programs. So the first 7 years of our life is just installing these programs. So when consciousness finally kicks in at around age 7, we have all these installed behaviors and all these this installed way of thinking and way of being. So some of this can be disempowering. Some of this can be negative or self-sabotaging. And you might ask, like, where are these programs? Where are these programs downloaded? So these programs are downloaded and stored and saved in your subconscious mind. And you may say, like, what's the other mind? Like, what the heck? And this may all be new to you, but your other mind is your conscious mind. So your conscious mind, it's connected to your identity. It's connected to your spirituality. It's connected to the belief in yourself, the way you see yourself. It's connected to everything. So the conscious mind is your creative mind. It's the part of you that has that personal identity that's different. It's that part of you that is different. That's you. So this conscious mind is the creative mind. It chooses your dreams. It chooses your desires. It chooses everything that you want. It chooses the way you want to be. But it's all programmed by the subconscious mind. So your subconscious mind is a programmed mind. It's the habit mind. So when you're running from the conscious mind, when you're running from the creative mind, you're creating. You're creating your wishes. You're creating your desires. You're creating new goals for yourself. It is like the goal setter. You're setting goals for yourself. You know what you want. You have dreams. You have desires. You have wishes. But it's all running from the subconscious mind. So it plays back these programs from other people and from things that you learned from age 0 to 7. Ooh, I got a pin on my finger. So it plays all these programs from downloads you've taken on that weren't even yours in the first place. From society, parents, siblings, whatever it may be. Whoever was around at that age. And so since other people don't go off your wishes and your desires and things that you want for yourself, these downloads may not allow you to reach your fullest potential. They may not allow you to reach the success or the happiness or whatever you crave. It may not even allow you to create goals based on what you want, your truest desires, your truest wishes, based on your truest identity. Because it's running off of everyone else and everything that was programmed into you and downloaded into you and stored. So the question is, are we running our lives from a conscious mind, or are we running our minds from a subconscious programmed habitual mind? The mind that we programmed into us from 0 to 7, the mind we took in or observed. So science has proven that 5% of our life is ran by the creative mind, the conscious part of you. So that's you making goals. That's you trying to do things. But 95% of our life is functioning and operating on the subconscious mind, on all those habits that you downloaded, on all those programs from society and from other things that weren't even about you or from you. So 95% of the day we are spending time and ways and doing and habits all programmed on things that we didn't even create, on things that were outside of ourselves, on things we didn't even wish for, that we didn't even know we were taking in. So, and the reason the conscious mind is operating on the subconscious mind, the reason that it works like this is because your conscious mind is controlled. It's driven by your subconscious. So every time you make desires or dreams or anything or goals, it's all running on the subconscious mind. You know what you want, you know how to get there, but you have those times where you don't know you don't know what the heck is holding you back. You don't know why you can't take that new jump or take that new chance or risk or opportunity. You don't know why you keep self-sabotaging yourself and holding yourself back. That's just an example. So when you're thinking, anytime you're thinking, you're running from your mind has to go inside. So when you're actually thinking, when you're doing your own thinking, you don't take in that from the outside world. You take that in from you, inside your mind. So your mind has to go within. So when it's going within, everything you're doing, all the habits and all the actions and behaviors you take is all running on your subconscious mind. So if you are stressed, if you are struggling, if you're trying to figure out a problem or trying to work something out in your business or in your life, everything you're doing while you're trying to think and trying to figure it out and trying to get out of the struggle is all operating on the programs that you've downloaded. So every time you go inside and every time you think, every time you get overwhelmed, every time you struggle and you're just frustrated and you're trying to figure something out, you are operating on all the habits that you downloaded from age 0 to 7, even before birth. It starts even before birth. So 95% of the day is spent with your subconscious mind controlling everything and your old habits and everything you've downloaded. It's freaking crazy. So the question is, are we leading our lives based on our dreams, our desires, and our wishes, or are we living based on other people's wishes, other people's fears, other people's desires, other people's issues that we've downloaded from other people and stored as our own, stored as our way of thinking? So we struggle. It's saddening to see how many people are struggling, because literally everyone is operating at the highest level that they can operate on. But it's based on those programs from outside of ourselves. We aren't operating from our wishes, our desires, the majority of the time. We're trying to figure everything out. We're struggling and we're frustrated and we're overwhelmed trying to do better, but we don't know why we're holding ourselves back. We don't know why we can't take that big jump. We don't know why we can't figure it out. And it's because all these habits, all these downloads, all these programs are from other people. And that's the issue. That's the biggest issue. So, your life has basically already been controlled from something outside of you. So, this is not a new idea, by the way. This is not a new idea. This isn't something that I'm just coming up with and sharing with you guys. So, for over 400 years, the Jesuits told, like they would say, give me a child until the age of 7, and I'll show you the man. So, basically what they were telling people was, if you give me a child, if you give me an opportunity to download things and put programs into a child until the age of 7 in the first 7 years, that will determine the child's future completely. And so you might be like, why? Why does that work that way? Because 95% of a person is coming from the programs, from those habits, from the downloads from 0 to 7. So, what should we do with these programs? What should we freaking do with these programs? What are they? You may ask, what are they? Why do they even run us? Why are they even here? And it's because they're downloaded from the first trimester all the way through the first 7 years of life. And you may ask, like, well, where did these programs come from? Why did we get these programs? What programs did you get? And you won't know because your consciousness wasn't engaged then. So ask yourself, do you remember when you were 1? Most of the time, most people aren't going to be able to remember when they were of age of 1, 2, 3, 4. They won't remember anything. They won't remember much. And it's because our conscious mind wasn't engaged. Our creative mind, our conscious mind wasn't engaged because we were too busy just observing. We were too busy taking everything in that we weren't thinking for ourselves. We weren't creating. We weren't making dreams. We were taking everything in and being programmed, downloading all these behaviors, all these ways of doing things, all these ways of thinking into ourselves. So what controls our lives? What you need to know is what controls our lives. 95% comes from your program. 95% of your day will come from your downloaded programs at that age. So what are they? Look at your life. Look at your life. So 95 of the things you wish for and desire and want and the goals you make are all coming from the program inside of you, stored from that time. And that's why we have inner child work. That's why inner child work is so big right now, because people are realizing, people are awakening to the power of our minds and realizing that all this stuff is determining our life. It's determining the way we are, who we are, what we want to be, what we want to do, what we do. So when you can get into that subconscious area of 0 to 7 and go back and do the inner child work, you're going to change things. Everything's going to change for you. And that's why we have the awakening. When people awaken to this, when they realize this, it's amazing. It's incredible. It's incredible. Because when you understand how these programs work, when you are aware of your own ways and your own behaviors and how it's kind of played out to get you here, you realize that you can change. You realize that you can rewrite your life. That you can change the trajectory of where you're headed. That you can control your power. You can control yourself. So, as a result, ask yourself where you're struggling. Where are you struggling right now? Where are you struggling in your business or in your life? What's going on? So, all of your behaviors that are self-sabotaging are because you have a part of you that knows what you want. You know how to get there. You've learned everything. You're trying to get there. But every time you keep backtracking, you keep self-sabotaging yourself, and it's all based on those programs. So the question is, why are we playing them? Why are we continuously taking it in and replaying it and playing these programs that are downloaded? It's because your conscious mind is trying to figure it out. Your conscious mind is overwhelmed. Your conscious mind is stressed. So you're not able to be creative because when you're thinking, your conscious mind goes within. You're thinking, you're going into the brain and you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to think. So when you're doing that, your subconscious mind takes over. It takes control. It has you take the actions that you don't know why you're taking them. You don't know why you're procrastinating. You don't know why you just can't do the work. You just don't know why. And it's because you're trying to figure things out. So that's why when you're in the shower and you're just relaxing and you're in the shower and you're washing your hair, you have an amazing idea. You have an amazing download. And it's because you're not stressed anymore. You're not trying to figure things out. You're not trying to connect the dots. You're not thinking. You're not going within. So in a sense, you're going into a state of hypnosis. You're going into that trance to where things are free, things are clear, and things just come to you because you're not trying to figure out things and you're able to think without thinking, if that makes any sense. So new knowledge can be downloaded. It can be input, I don't know if that's a word, but it can be inserted into your mind. But it doesn't change the programs that you have from age 0 to 7. It doesn't change it. It just adds new information. So every time, if you still have those programs installed, you are always going to backtrack to those old programs. So, and for example, like when you learn how to walk, you learned how to walk when you were about one. You don't ever have to learn to re-walk. You don't ever... If you fall down, you get back up. You don't have to ever learn that. Most people don't ever have to relearn that. So that's installed, and your mind will never let you forget. And that just works the same way like a negative belief. So if you have a negative belief about yourself or about life or about the way things are, that's just the way things are, or you're not good enough installed into your programs, you will have a very hard time changing that. Unless you know how to do it, unless you know how to reprogram your mind. So there's no resistance with walking, just like there is no resisting your negative beliefs about yourself, the negative beliefs about life that you have that maybe are not empowering, but you may want to change them, but it's going to resist every time because that's your downloaded program. So I want to give you three ways you can start. 3 ways you can really start to reprogram your mind. And one of them, the biggest one, is one of the biggest ones is hypnosis. Hypnosis is the process, it'll go in and rewire. It's a process of rewiring and reprogramming and going within to where your conscious mind isn't in the way to reject or accept anything. It just takes everything in. It rewires that. It rewires your thinking so you can let go of those old, outdated programs and install new ones. New ones that empower you to go for your goals, empower you to release the fear, empower you to do the things and rewrite your life. Rewrite your life so every time you go in and you start thinking and trying to figure things out, you have those programs installed that are empowering you, that believe in you, that are confident in you. So every time you go to think, you have those to keep you going. So, another one is repetition. This is like affirmations. The more you tell yourself something. So say you wake up in the morning, you go to the mirror and you look at yourself and you say, I am beautiful, I am powerful, I am rich, I am wealthy, I am successful. You may not believe it when you first start out, but the more you do it, the more you do it and the more you say it, 30 days down the road, you're going to start believing it because that's how it works. It's a habit. You've formed all these habits. You can form new ones. You can rewrite it. You have the power to rewrite everything if it doesn't coincide with your goals. And another one that I love. I think it's so powerful. I kind of put hypnosis and NLP, and it's NLP, but I kind of put those together in the same level of power. NLP is just as powerful as hypnosis. It stands for neuro-linguistic programming, and it is literally a lot of different techniques. If I was to explain it, it would be the manual to the mind. The power of excellence. The study of excellence. It deals with your language and the thought processes and how you see the world. And it goes within, using your subconscious mind to reprogram things. To reprogram the way you see yourself, the way you see society, the way you see things and react to things. And it literally goes within and just changes all those old programs to where they're in alignment with who you are now and who you want to be. So, if you guys are interested in a free strategy call to learn how to reprogram your subconscious mind, I am here to help. I will put a link in the comments and a link in the description to where you can book a call with me. You can chat with me. We can figure out what is holding you back and what kind of downloads and programs you need to release so we can go within and reprogram you, get you to where you are confident. Put those confident programs in, put those success programs in, put whatever you want in to where every time you start to get overwhelmed, you start to get stressed, you start to get kind of doubtful, those programs of confidence and success and happiness and everything will take over, and they will keep you in alignment with your goals. They will keep you going. You won't have anything holding you back anymore. So if you want to book a call, definitely go to the comments, go to the description, get a call, get a clarity call, strategy call. I used to call them clarity calls, but now they're strategy calls. Get a call. We'll chat about everything. And if you like this video, like it, subscribe to my channel, share it if you feel like you're being called to share it. I feel like this information is definitely something that everyone needs to know, because when we understand something, when we're aware of it, we can change it. We can change it. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you later. Bye.